to find your healing, your truth, your blessing, your inspiration. Because when you raise me up like that, then that's just that much further than I'm going to fall. Because don't we do that to our leaders and our stars and our celebrities? You know, we want to raise them up as high as we can, and then the first chance we get, we start cutting them down. Because we want to bring them back to our level. What if we shifted that and we said that when I raise you up, I raise all of us. When I raise myself up, I raise all of us. Master Teacher Jesus said this. When I raise myself up, I raise us all up. I don't put anybody higher. I don't put anybody lower. I keep us all in that same place of the divine. In the mind of God, we are created equal. We don't play that way. We don't always show up that way. But in the mind of God, we are created equal, and we are individualized. And we are personalized. So my God is personal to me. My good is personal to me. I am not your inspiration. If you show up on Sunday in a place that looks like it's really depressed and really out of sorts and out of balance and in disharmony and dis-ease and in illness, and you say, well, I'll show up because Dr. Michael will fix me. I am not your inspiration. I may be able to guide you. I may help you open up your eyes and your ears to find that within, but your inspiration in spirit is in you. It's already there. So there are those of us who have stepped out into life and said, I'm willing to be a guide. I'm willing to be a leader. I'm willing to express what I know and what I believe and what my philosophy is in the greater hope and the greater good that you will awaken from within to find yourself on that same level of goodness that perhaps you see that I'm experiencing or somebody else is experiencing. Not because anybody's any better or any less. In the mind of God, we're all created equal. In the Science of Mind magazine, for today's daily affirmation in words, there's a quote from Rick Warren that says that humility is not about thinking of yourself, thinking less of yourself, but thinking of yourself less. Not thinking less of yourself, but thinking of yourself less. I've been reading some of the works by the Dalai Lama, and his message is completely about the interrelationship that we have of each other. That we need to be selfless, not selfish, selfless. And that we need to bring forth our ideas and our concepts and our beliefs and our behaviors and our actions more about the greater good for all. Not just my good, but the greater good of all. So if my good is about the good for all, then we're moving together. We're moving in a greater sense of consciousness. I've been trying to wrap my brain around this idea of Occupy Wall Street and Occupy wherever they show up. And I'm trying, because it has some meaning to it, and some of it I can understand, but I'm not quite sure that I grasped, the bigger concept of it all, because when I see all these people that are like, okay, we're going to occupy Wall Street and we're going to, down with the banks and down with the major department stores and down with all of this stuff, and then Black Friday they show up with all of their bank credit cards and their mace and they fight and they try to get into the stores and it's like, what? Where did that go? If I'm going to occupy something, I want to occupy my consciousness. That's where I want to be. I want to be in this place of knowing. Consciousness is about awareness. Consciousness means that you're awake. Consciousness means that you have a self-awareness. You know that you are. Does anybody here not know? Don't raise your hand. You are you. You're not somebody else. You are you. Everything about you is whole, perfect, and complete. Everything in your life has accumulated in order to bring you to this moment, right here, right now, in the perfection of what it is. Accept it as whole, perfect, and complete. Because if you can believe that right where you are is whole, perfect, and complete, then you can take the next step up to a higher level, to improve some good, to bring forth a greater experience, to heal some illness or dis-ease, to bring you into the light more than you've ever experienced it before. But you must know that right where you are right now is the right and perfect place for you. There is no other place for you to be other than right there within yourself. Occupy your consciousness. Be in that awareness that you have something great and magnificent to express, to bring forth. And it doesn't matter what your age is. It doesn't matter what your condition is. It doesn't matter what your experience is. As long as you are alive, there is something good for you to receive, something good for you to do, something great for you to say, some experience and some expression for you to be. Every moment of every day, be in that place of consciousness that you know that you are the one. Perfect, whole, and complete. I brought in a reading today that I want to close with from Dr. Ernest Holmes. It's out of a book that was compiled from some of his writings around the master teacher Jesus, the philosophy of Jesus. Understand this. Jesus was a Jew. He was not Christian. It had not yet started. He was a master teacher. He had an understanding. He had a knowledge. He had a philosophy and a belief that was absolutely divine. And he said that each and every one of us has that ability. The kingdom of heaven is within us now. John the Baptist said to him at one point, he said, so in all of these teachings and everything that you're telling us, it's like, how should I prepare for the wrath that's about to come? And Jesus says, let that go. You're not supposed to be preparing for the evil and the fear and the disease and the illness and the suffering and the pain. What you need to do is awaken to the kingdom of heaven that is already within. This is the attitude we should take. That life holds nothing against us. It delivers only our good. Isn't that great? Life holds nothing against us. It delivers only our good. The only thing that gets in the way Yeah, myself. I get in my own way. Life wants us to be well, happy, and successful. It only wants us to play the game of life the way that it's supposed